Hey guys, before we get started, I just wanted to let you know that I got a new sample pack on my website and it's all about future bass. There is tons of presets and FLP files as well, so go check it out, and if you use the code ARCADE, you'll get a $5 discount. So if you are interested, check it out, and now let's get back to the video.
Hey guys, it's Arcade and I'm back with another video, and this is another singing video. In this one I'm gonna show you how to sing like The Weeknd. And of course I am the one who's gonna be doing the singing, and as you might know from my previous videos, I can't sing. And that's kind of the point of this video, is to show you that even if you can't sing, you can still use effects and autotune and stuff like that to change your voice into something that's actually pretty good at the end. So yeah, I did a similar video for Post Malone a while back, and now I thought I'm gonna give this another try. And yeah, I mean, my singing is pretty bad, so I'm gonna show you a little beat I made, kind of the Weeknd style, and then I'm gonna show you the dry vocals I recorded, and then I'm gonna show you the effects you can put on them and how you can edit them to make them sound like The Weeknd. Anyways, let's get started. So this is the beat I prepared. So yeah, really basic. I tried to replicate the Call Out My Name song by The Weeknd, which is his new track. I didn't try to exactly copy the instrumental, but I tried to make something along those lines. And then here are the vocals I recorded. And the lyrics are not the same as the Call Out My Name track. I just kind of freestyled it, so the lyrics don't make any sense, really. I just tried to get the melody right and stuff. But here's the dry vocal. I actually recorded two of them, so let's hear the first one. And you know, as always, this will be really bad, so get ready. Okay, so this is the first vocal I recorded.
I want you to stay. I want you to call me when you love me, when you love me. I want you to stay.
And yeah, that's it. Did I mention I can't sing? Well, yeah, I didn't lie. So yeah, that's the vocal. I mean, it's pretty bad, but that's kind of the point. I'm gonna turn it into something that's actually pretty good. So that's the first vocal, and the second one is kind of like harmonies or whatever you call it. I just sang in a really high-pitched voice in this one.
I want you to stay. I want you to call me when you love me, when you love me.
So yeah, that's even worse, but you pretty much sing the same thing, but like octave higher or something. So yeah, I had to use like this high-pitched voice. You just gotta talk like this. This is so fucking cringy. So yeah, in the second vocal, basically like harmonies, you just sing it in a higher pitched voice. Or you can even go like lower pitched, whatever. But those are the two vocals I recorded. Those are the dry vocals, no effects or anything. And as you can hear, I can't even take this video seriously. And as you can hear, they are pretty bad. This is how they sound together.
I want you to stay. I want you to call me when you love me, when you love me.
So together it already sounds a little bit better, I think. So harmonies definitely help out a lot. And yeah, if you cannot sing this high,
I want you to stay.
If you cannot like sing that high, you can always transpose all the notes in your instrumental down a little bit. So just go there, hold shift and arrow down to transpose them, and then you can sing it lower, record it lower, and in the post-production you can just pitch it up back to what it was originally supposed to be. So in this vocal I actually sang it one key lower, and then I just pitched it up plus 100, which is one key higher, and make sure to set this to E3 mono. That way it will pitch correctly. So if you cannot sing this high, you can always record it lower and then just pitch it up. That's one trick you can use. And so yeah, now let's move on to the effects actually. So the first thing I do is run the vocals through Newtone. Or is it Newton? Newtone. Whatever you pronounce it like. Just open it up. Let's just do Newtone. And just double click the vocal in your playlist and drag it into Newtone.
I want you to stay.
And once it's here, let's just zoom in on it. So what you want to do is put center all the way up, put variation all the way down, and keep transition. I mean, You can experiment, but actually the lower it is, the more precise the transition will be. So just experiment with different values. Let's just keep it here. And then go to Tools right here and choose Scale. Choose G minor, which is the scale of our song, and then go Snap to Scale. So all the notes, when you move them, they will be in the key of G minor, so you won't go off key.
I want you to stay. I want.
And then you basically manually edit the notes to get the melody you intended to have. So when you were singing, you had some sort of melody in mind. And of course, if you can't sing, you might have hit some notes that are not correct. So you just fix it in here.
I want you to.
So you just drag
I
them.
want you to.
So this is the correct one.
I want you to stay.
And then you just go and edit it to the end.
I want you to call me when you love.
So for example here, as you can hear, that's not correct.
When you love me, you love me. When you love me. When you love me, when you love me.
And here you just go and edit the vocal to get your intended melody. And once you are done, here's the next step. I'm just gonna skip this because I don't wanna waste your time. And here, once you are done with the editing, you just go and drag this to the playlist. Just click that button and drag it to the playlist. So yeah, just drag it over and then normalize it to make it louder. And here is how it sounds after the edit in Newtone.
I want you to stay. I want you to call me when you love me, when you love me. I want you to stay.
So yeah, already a good progress compared to the original. Okay, so that's our first vocal out of the way. And the second thing we want to do is do the same thing with the other vocal, which is the high-pitched one.
Want you to stay.
So just copy this one into Newtone as well and edit the notes just like the first one.
I want you to stay.
So again, copy it in the Newtone, center, lower the variation and transition. Let's zoom in. And actually the scale for this one is F sharp minor because as I said, I recorded it one key lower. So you want to make sure to not forget that. And then again, just edit the notes to fit your singing melody that you intended. And once you are done with it, just drag it in the playlist. And here's the vocal ready to go.
I want you to stay.
But as I mentioned before, I recorded it one key lower, so just go here, make sure this is set to E3 mono, and pitch it up 100 cents, which is one key. And then we have these two vocals edited in Newtone, and we can put more effects on them right now.
I want you to stay. I want you to call me.
So yeah, it already sounds way better than the one in the beginning.
I want you to stay.
But don't worry, we are not done yet. So we're gonna put some effects on these vocals. So set it to track 11 and I already have the effects ready. So I'm gonna show you what effects I put on them. So here are the effects. So first of all, put EQ on it and delete all the low frequencies because you don't really need the low frequencies in this vocal. It just makes it sound like kind of muddy in there. So deleting the low frequencies will make it sound more crispy and will kind of change the color of your voice. So here it is with the EQ.
I want you to stay.
Then I have a picture on it, which you don't really need because we already edited the notes in Newtone, but I was first experimenting with picture in the beginning, and you can pretty much only use picture if you want. If you don't want to use Newtone or if you don't have it, you can use picture, just set the key to G minor or whatever your song is. That should auto-tune the vocals pretty well, but it can make some mistakes sometimes and change some notes to different notes which you didn't intend to sing. So I prefer using Newtone, but if you have to, you can use picture. I just left it enabled, it doesn't really make much of a difference. Then I have Fruity Compressor, which has put some gain on the vocals so they are a bit louder in the mix. Then another EQ where I boosted the high frequencies to make the vocal sound more crispy, and I even boosted around the mid frequencies as well. This is really important to give your vocal that crispy color that the Weeknd has in his tracks. So this is how it sounds with the EQ.
I want you to stay. I want you to call me when you love.
So yeah, it just brings the vocal up a little bit. Then we have reverb 2. I set it up like this, just up the decay and the wetness.
I want you.
And the size as well.
I want you to stay.
really important as well. Gives it that ambient vibe in the track.
I want you to stay.
And then we have another reverb.
I want you to stay.
Gives it even more ambient vibe, and this reverb works a bit differently than reverb 2, and that's kind of why I put this one at the end as well. And then for the second vocal, the effects we have in here are the same as the first vocal, except I also have stereo shaper on it, which makes it more stereo in the mix, so it's not in the center of the mix. And I also put even more reverb on this one. And the more reverb you put on something, the more in the background it will sound. I lowered the dryness as well, so it's even more in the background. So this is kind of the supporting vocal, so you want to have it more in the background. And once you edited the vocals in Newtone and then put these effects on them, there's actually one more thing I did, is create this little vocal, which is basically like a delay vocal. It's just a repetition of this first few words.
I want you to stay.
And then I copy this and put different effects on it to make it sound like this.
I want you to stay.
Which you can notice in The Weeknd also does this in his song as well. The way I did this is put a fast distortion on it and just the basic preset to make it distorted, and then I deleted the high frequencies so it's more in the background and doesn't like stand out in the mix. And then I put stereo shaper on it as well to make it more stereo in the mix. And that creates this nice distorted background vocal effect.
I want you to stay.
And yeah, altogether it sounds like this. Enjoy.
I want you to stay. I want you to call me when you love me, when you love me. I want you to stay. I want you to know me when you know me, when you know me.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. And as I said, I didn't try to get the lyrics right. Of course, it was inspired by Call Out My Name, but I just kind of made the lyrics random. And this is it. I'm not saying I'm a great singer or anything, but I think we made a pretty good progress from this
Want you to stay.
to this.
Want you to stay. Want you to stay. I want you to call me.
So yeah, I think this goes to show that even if you can't sing, with the power of computers, you can pretty much edit your vocals and sound pretty decent. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't take it too seriously. I know this is not like 100% like The Weeknd, but it's something that's a lot of fun to do. Just try to sing and edit your vocals to sound better. And yeah, it's all about having fun. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.